should have seen us going. Passing the folks along the road, just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We went to bleeding races.
Oh, it's back through Bartes!
1962 on a summer's afternoon, we took the bus from Bambras and she was heavy laden. Where we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bladen. Whoa, me lads, you should have seen us gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. All the lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gathering along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. John Sinclair TV back again. Tonight is the Nation League's warm-up tonight, and I've got Tony with us. Hi, Tony. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, hi, John. Not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Just, just had a phone call today, blah, 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 flipping out all on it as well. I said, look, bring us back tomorrow, blah, 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 but I can't out on here. But, hopefully it's okay. So, guys, if you like the video and like what you see, then give it a like, give us a subscribe. Also, hit the donation button if you like to super chat us, and if you like to become a member, it's 99p, and that's all there is to it. And also, as well, check out the Northwest Mags as well. It's got a fantastic website as well. You can check us, me and Tony, and all the forums, Tina galleries as well. It's a wicked website as well from Sefton Mag. He's in the chat as well. So get them followed on Twitter as well. So go onto the website, just click it through, spend some time with it. So I've got some comments as well. Big up to the first one I've got on the host as well. It's Jessuia. Thank you very much, Jessuia. Remember to keep comments respectful. Please no or caps or duplicate comments. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much, Jessuia. And also got big up to Jack. Hi to Martin Mag. Straight in, what's the score? Isaac Abuno. It's a certain job for me. I can't seem to be available on Saturday. And any ASM updates, I don't know, mate. We have to find out on Friday, but don't look great. Big up to Mason, big up to Davey, big up to Pablo and Tony. Hope you will. And that lineup, we're going to get a smash. I haven't checked out yet. We will be in a bit, even to Ian as well. Right, Tony, tonight, England, Germany, right? I mean, people saying they're not bothered. People are saying that if we get smashed, then Southgate's going to be under real pressure. I mean, he's got to get us some team selection tonight. And he's like, and I'm hearing as well that Ivan Toney might be getting the start or get us a part of the game.
Yeah, John. I saw a few things today. Apparently, Tomori's not in the squad tonight. Now that's James Ward-Prowse, and that sickens me because Tomori's been one of the best centre-halves in Serie A since he's moved to AC Milan from Chelsea. And this guy's won a championship in Italy as well. And then not only that, James Ward-Prowse from free kicks is pretty deadly. So I just don't understand what Southgate's thinking there. But yeah, I think if we get absolutely smashed now, he's got to be under pressure to go. And I'll tell you now, people out there saying, people out there are saying, we can't get rid of the manager now because if we get rid of the manager now, before the World Cup, then it's stupidity. And then I'm thinking, well, no, it's not stupidity because if we want somebody who's got confidence and a manager in the team, we need somebody with confidence, somebody who's going to play better football than what Southgate's doing. If you're going to a World Cup on the back of losses and lack of form, then how are you going to win a World Cup? Because you're never going to win a World Cup like that. So technically, he needs to sort this out. And if he loses tonight, I hope, if he does, then I hope it is curtains for Southgate because he has to go. He can't go to the World Cup with us. I'm sorry.
I'm going to have to agree then, man, because I look at our team lineup now, I'm absolutely forming. I mean, there's no Chris Smalling. I mean, Smalling definitely should be in that team. He's playing really well. Roma, Tomori should be in that team, playing so well at AC Milan. As Gareth Southgate going to against Italy or something like that. And so it should be flipping goal over there, right? I'll bring the team line up in a bit, right? I've got some comments as well from Davey. I've always wanted to beat Germany. Not sure Southgate has picked the right squad. And big up to Sefton as well. 140 hits yesterday. And thanks for announcing our new website. Sefton, big up to you, man. You deserve everything, my guy. Big up to Bishop as well. Please hit the subscribe button, mate. If you can, that'd be amazing. Also, Fume, ABK isn't starting for Germany. And he must be a Germany fan. I could be wrong, but do hit the subscribe button, mate. Thank you, man. God's Chippy's on the bench. The ones better to keep Southgate are his cliques. Let's be real, right? You're backing a loser. You're not backing a winner. You're backing a loser. I don't care what people say. And I know people are still backing this guy, right? After that team lineup, are you going to back him after this game if you get beat? Let's be real. And big up to Andrew as well. Hope you're well, my guy. And I'll look at this team line. I'm going to pick up now, Tony, right? I'm going to pick up now, right? There you go, right? I'll look at that team, right? And it seems to me, right, that Southgate doesn't give a toss. Do you know what I mean? I think he's just doing this for the sack. You look at that team, right? Nick Pope, fine. He had opportunities to play Tomori, right? What is he going to do? Mm-hmm. He's going to play theatre back. Harry Maguire, real talk, ain't good enough, He's in poor form. Eric Dyer, he's done well for Tottenham. John Stones, he's done well for Man City. Declan Rice, right? And he hasn't been exactly brilliant this season, hasn't he? Let's be real. Bellingham, no. I like him. I do like this kid. I think he's going to go a long, long way. I think he's going to be in the team. Deserves to be in the team. Harry Kane, he's captain. Ryan Sterling, he's been all right. I'm not going to lie. He's been okay. But again, he won't be that great on Friday. Phil Foden, right? He's our creative spark. You need to get him in. But you look at it, right? I mean, it seems to me, right, that if he doesn't play players like Tammy Abraham is in form, Tomori's in form, right? And he goes to his favourites, such as Jordan Henderson, Kyle Walker, Conor Cody, right? Who hardly played as well, by the way. Ben Chilwell hardly played as well. Ivan Toney's been missed up boots, He'll probably get some minutes today. Dean Henderson's done all right for Forest, He's been their best keeping player this season in the team, right? I'll look at that team, right? I want to ask people a question, right? What have we learned from Friday night, which warms these players another goal tonight? Could someone tell us, please?
I mean, all we've changed is basically swap Stones for Walker. Obviously, Nick Pope's in there, which is great news. But you see, I mean, I looked the other night, John, right? And I'm not going to, I'm not calling Nick Pope, but I thought to be honest with you, when I've looked at the game, Nick Pope did have a bit of a poor game on Monday. He looked very shaky. Didn't look the usual self that he normally is. Looked nervous. And I don't know if that was because he hasn't played much for England or was it because of the crap that's in front of him. And he's got no confidence in who's in front of him. So maybe that was because we've seen Nick Pope this season. He's been outstanding. But when you've got that sort of defence in front of you, you don't know how they're going to play. So maybe that's what it was. But I'll tell you what, if this is a 90,000 sellout tonight at Wembley and things start going wrong, that crowd will soon tell Southgate. And I'll tell you now, he'll feel the wrath of that home crowd, especially if we're losing. Say we're losing 2 or 3-0. That crowd will let him know exactly what they think of him. And maybe that might put pressure on as well. Because don't forget, not only that, a lot of these fans are going to spend their hard-earned cash that they have saved up to go to the World Cup, to go book into these hotels and everything like that. They want to go and see an England team play well. But if they got that World Cup and we play absolutely diabolical and don't put on a performance, they're going to feel cheated out of that money that they've actually spent. And that's their hard-earned money at the end of the day. And they've probably saved for the last couple of years. They've probably saved that money for the last couple of years to go there. Flights, hotels, tickets, that nothing comes cheap, But like I say, when Nick Pope, that defence in front of him was non-existent the other night. Kyle Walker was absolutely diabolical. And, you've got Saka, who's your player of the year for England. So why is he playing left back then? This is what we're seeing. Clueless. And then when Raspadori scores, you take Saka off and puts left back Shaw on. What's all that about? So yeah, I just don't get it really. I really don't. And why is Trippier on the bench? Why isn't he playing? He should be playing to provide crosses from free kicks and things like that. And I just don't get it. Really don't. Because as much as Reece James may be a good right back, but his crosses and his free kicks the other night were absolutely woeful. But he keeps his place. I'm still not happy you're doing this three at the back though. Why have we got the three at the back? Stones, Dyer, and Maguire. Has Southgate not learned one thing? That teams have worked us out playing three at the back now. It's about time he started to be a bit more bolder, change things around, change your formations, play more attacking football. If you want to be defensive, Southgate, get out, don't bother, because we don't want it. We're sick of it now. We've had enough.
Totally, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, I can't really add anything to that as well. Trippier, not in the team, yeah? But if he played for Tottenham, let's call Madrid, he'd be in that team straight away. Now, because he's playing for Newcastle, right? He keeps feeding Reece James. He has to be great. Luke Shaw, haven't really cut the ball for United, right? What does he do? Gets in team for England, yeah? I'll tell you, if I was Chris Smalling, right? If I was Tomori, I say, look, I don't want to play for England again under this manager. I don't, because at the end of the day, Gareth Southgate knows who he picks. He's not changed anything up, right? Everyone's worked us out, right? Like he said, right? And we're just so predictable. And when you're predictable and you don't change things up, right? You're going to get found wanting big style. And you know what? We lose to Leeds and we don't get out of the group stage. I'll tell you something, the nice we have for Gareth Southgate. I'm not saying that in a violent way. I'm just saying that because he knows exactly what's coming.
Exactly. And can I just say, John, right? So we go back to Southgate. I pick players who are playing and in form, okay? Right. Yeah. So let's look at this team a minute. So you've got Maguire. He's not played the last few games for Man United. So how comes he can automatically go back in the team? Why can't Tomori get ahead of him? This is a sort of game you give Tomori a go. Left back, Luke Shaw, never played a game this season.
Correct.
So we got some good left backs in the country. So we got Chilwell. Why is Chilwell not ahead of Luke Shaw? Right? Not only Chilwell, Matt Targett's not a bad left back either. And the one I'm very surprised not in that squad, and he plays for Southampton, and that's Kyle Walker-Peters. I think he's a terrific left back. He's done so well.
He has.
And why can't he get in this England team? And the comment earlier, EBK, I'm not sure who he was meaning by that. I think he's meaning an England player, but I don't know who he's meaning. If he could tell us who he meant, and then we'll probably pick up on who it is.
Yeah.
But Kyle Walker-Peters should be well ahead of Shaw. I'm sorry, Shaw shouldn't even be anywhere near the squad. If you're not playing for your team in clubs, then why are you playing in the national game? Because surely if Luke Shaw's not playing, he's not match fit in my eyes. So why is he playing? Phil Foden's being wasted because he's a terrific player, Phil Foden, but he played him on the right the other night, and he's a left wing player.
I don't get it.
So again, like I said yesterday, square pegs, round holes. See, Saka should have been on the right on Friday and Foden on the left. That's what he should have done. Foden's a talented player, but he's not getting he looks bad under Southgate because Southgate is just absolutely clueless. I think he's took us as far as he can.
Yeah.
Southgate has took us as far as he can. And at the end of the day, I think what he should do is he should be man enough to say, look, I don't think I can do any more now. I think it's time that I resigned, stood down, let somebody else take over, because that's what we need. We need somebody fresh now. He got to a semi-final of the World Cup, which he should have probably got to the final, if I'm honest. Got to the final of the the Euros.
Yeah.
Which on paper, it was a hard game. But if you look at it, we should have won that game after being ahead after 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't keep on the forefront of attack and he decided to go back to being defensive. The thing is, the best form of defense is attack. And that's what you should be aiming for.
Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely. Totally agree. Tell that to Gareth Southgate. He doesn't even know the word. Gone from Dean from New Zealand. Dean, we love you, man. My advice to you is, I don't want to miss over New Zealand, yeah, but my advice to you, stay in bed, man, and go to do some overtime. You do not want to watch this show out and eat, like, do you know what I mean? Let's be real. I'm English, ABK, Saints player, and would pocket anyone. Well, if you tell us who that player is, mate, then we can talk about him. 4-3-3, Jack's doing his 4-3-3 lineup. There's not a sphere at the back. East to work to be aggressive. Okay, how's it going, Jag? Hope you're okay. We're fine. How's Maguire starting? Well, I feel sorry for players like Smalling and Tomori as well. They should be playing as well. Dyer, yes, 100%. Tally ho to Gareth, by the way. Hope you're okay, my guy. Hope you're having a good day. John, how's Maguire started? Ask Gareth Southgate. He's the manager. He is shite. Big up to I Like Coffee. Hope you came, mate. Sack waistcoat, yeah. He'll be gone, mate. He'll be gone. I'll never forgive guys. Woodgate for bottling Euro final. That final should have been ours and easy at Wembley. Again, too defensive. You should have a real goal. John Maguire should be near that team. That's incorrect. We have learned now Southgate is clueless. Sean Maguire, that's not a starting 11, that's a starting 9. Sums it up, done it. Big up to Gary D. Just hope composed confidence doesn't affect us when he plays. Look, he's a damn goalkeeper, but I agree with Tony, he looks nervous as well. What defence, Tony? Maguire is shite. Plays for us after the international game. I've booked half their work for the first World Cup game, thinking it might be a waste of the holiday, mate. I'd be honest with you. Stay at work, man. Stay at work. Up at holiday as well, man. Bit of the Carl. Even lads, I hate to say, but I want Joe to fashion so he can finally get rid of Southgate. He's not going anytime soon, mate. After the World Cup, yes, but not that neat. I wish it happened, though. Question, how's Shaw starting? Kyle Walker-Peters has played more and is better at wing-back than Shaw. I have to agree, mate, because we just discussed that Kyle Walker-Peters has been absolutely fantastic this season. He really has, in a poor side. But you know what it is, Tony, right? It's players like him, right? Like I said, players like Tomori, Abraham, right? They should be getting a start, you know. They should be given a chance, you know.
Yeah. Why not? It's a perfect game to give them a go, you know. Why isn't Tomori playing, you know? But easily been left out of the squad. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been left out of the squad altogether. He's never played in any of the games. So, you know, so I just don't get it, to be honest with you. What he's thinking is, you know, Abraham's banged the goals in for Roma and Serie A. He should be getting a start. Ivan Toney should be getting a chance. He's banged the goals in this season. Mm-hmm. You know, play 4-4-2, put him up front with Kane. You know, there's no harm in that. Mm-hmm. I just don't get it. You know, probably what you'll do, we're about 2 or 3 down, then you'll bring Toney on, and it'll be like, and because Toney will probably not get any chances, it'll be like, all right, he's not had the chances, so he's not that good. We'll not pick him for the World Cup. You know, that's the way Southgate thinks.
Slap in the face, Tony. Slap in the face. Do you know what I mean? I can remember Italy against Sweden, right? And this this coach, right, and Ventura, right, told Danny De Rossi to get ready, yeah? And Rossi said, no, not coming on. You need a striker, pal. And that's why he lost. That's why he drew and didn't qualify for the 2018 World Cup. Yeah, which is absolutely ridiculous, man. Do you know what I mean? I watched it live and I was absolutely fuming that day. Do you know what I mean? Should never got that job. Oh, ABK, as Jim said about that place since, his name is Amro Bella Kochap. There you go.
Yeah,
never heard of this guy. Never heard of this guy, but he's a new summer signing by all accounts. Sean Dyche, Sean Dyche to take the team to the World Cup. I tell you what, Sean Dyche, he will not suffer fools, you know what I mean? And he's not scared to make changes neither. He should be given a chance to work with top players. I think he'd do around this sort of thing, you know what I mean? A lot of people would be surprised. Good evening, John Tony, bigger too bold. I cannot understand this team choice. 3 players I would never play as Sterling, Shaw, Maguire. They are much more talented and deserves players. Absolutely right. Bruce for England, way in there. There we go. Bruce. Agreed. Gareth. That should be a great shot for next manager. In that exact same side, like Fierce Italy, definition insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. Sack him, he lost it. Totally agree. I'll put Grace in charge as well. I think Grace would do a magnificent charge, by the way. Real talk. Southgate will not resign. We know that it has to be fired and then he gets the payout. That's what he's trying to do. Bad Walker, of course. Bad Walker, of course. That's from Paul. Big up to Paul. Ian as well. Big up to you, man. Southgate's exciting to board the spouts, right? The spouts, yeah, totally agree. He just won't play informed players. That's the thing. Race cause tactics don't bloody work. And my lineup for tonight: 12 bottles of brown ale and forward line in takeaway. My subs, one glass of Singum. Oh, class, man. Love it. Excuse me. Just look at all the pieces of that Southgate will get after the World Cup. You know what? It'd probably be Parmesan one as well. Sack him. Let's be real. Excuse me.
He should change his name.
Exactly.
He should change his name from Southgate to Relegate. Because he's done that with Middlesbrough and he's done it with England now.
Exactly. Absolutely shocking. I have to agree, my man. I have to agree. Should pick the best players for each position, not their pals. That's from Dave. I agree. Southgate squad have been involved with the players' abilities, keep players' corners. Exactly. I'd rather have Stephen Hawkins in defence than Maguire. I don't know who Stephen Hawkins is, by the way. I can't lie.
Scientist.
Yeah. Say again?
Scientist.
Yeah.
Remember him, John? Yeah.
Yeah, I do now. I do. People wouldn't say we were lucky last tournament. Think about it now. I think we were lucky. A reactive manager would have won us that far. He would have done. He just allowed to sit back and sit back. Billy said, who's everybody? Yay! Harry Kane gets injured and we're left with an international rookie up front of the World Cup. Seriously, think Harry Kane is part of the selection team. Never gets benched. This is the truth, Tony. He never gets benched.
No, he doesn't. Harry Maguire doesn't get benched at all. He's always first name on the team sheet, isn't he? Probably because he's captain as well. But again, this is a sort of game we've got nothing to play for now, apart from pride and getting. So the best way to do it would be giving these other players, these players who haven't played, a chance of playing, likes of Tomori, likes of Ivan Toney or Tammy Abraham. Give them a chance.
I agree. Absolutely. But he doesn't want to do that. He does not want to do that. I think Billy's made a great point. If Kane gets injured, I tell you what, we are knackered. Well, unless he plays Abraham or Toney up front. Do you know what I mean? He'd probably end up getting one of those mates from flipping Borat to play up front. You know what I mean?
But John, if you go back and delve into the squads that he's picked for qualifiers, for friendlies, for Nations League, for World Cup, for Euros, right? And you look at them. You look at them squads and break them down. The majority of them is defenders, and then you have the little bit of midfielders and the little bit of forwards. So you have more defenders in the squad than you have of everybody else. And if you haven't seen that, just go through and have a look at each one, and you'll see what I mean, John.
Yeah, absolutely. I've noticed that as well. I mean, he's picked different players here and he's not giving them a chance. One cap, one does. Look at James Maddison having a great season, well, in a poor side. Do you know what I mean? He's been brilliant in a poor team. Yeah, he's not been given a chance. Yeah, what's he done wrong? One cap wonder. That's a good game. Gets dropped again. Joke. I don't get it. Southgate hasn't done a bad job, really. He's just so boring. Wow. Okay. I've got that. Sefton's lineup would do a better job than Southgate's. Tony, your green screen, mate. You had the screen. You had it on, didn't you? But you got it off again.
Yeah.
Big up to Gary, by the way. I hope you're okay, Gary. Get Chris Hughton on the job or Graham Potter. Nah, Potter's just on Chelsea. Hughton, the game's passed him by. I'm sorry. Reece James said that Kieran Trippier has to be a joke. He's even taking the free kicks, and he's not very good at that neither. Let's be real. Big up to Nathan, by the way. Nathan, hit the subscribe button. This is your first time saying it's cool. We need a professional manager. Southgate has passed the dinosaur tactics. It seriously shows on the pitch against a weak-ass Italy side with no home support. Pathetic. There's 50,000 in there in the stadium. Total defenders, Tony, half the squad's defenders. I think Big Andy Carroll's better shout. Well, I think it's passed them by. We talk about tactics. So I look at the squad, right? He's got some like 7 defenders in that team, Tony. Yeah, you look at it, the squad, 7 defenders. When you got like Declan Rice can play in centre back as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he hasn't had a great season, has he? Where's these players that you're supposed to pick on form? That's what I'm looking for. And I don't see many in that team that are on form. I mean, even Sterling's not on the greatest of times, is he?
Not really, no. I can't lie because, look, at the end of the day, Tony, right? I mean, he's still a pro, but he's Southgate's mate, so he gets a team. He gets a pass, yeah? I mean, people these days, you shouldn't be getting really a buy because at the end of the day, even if you play shite, right, you're still getting the team. If you play shite for your club, right, and you play crap for the national side, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be a big problem. Do they really want to play for Southgate? Are they playing with the handbrakes on? Are they scared and making a mistake? We need to answer those questions. You know what I mean? Let's be real. There's a couple of tweets as well. I mean, from Jack, right? I think he's a Stoke fan. Maguire over Tomori. What experiment, Abraham? What if Ken gets injured? Then what? Switch it up. And he's a Stoke City fan. He is right. Absolutely right. Switch it up. If you switch it up and we get beat, then we're going to say, okay, cool. We accept that because he is changing things up. If he doesn't change it up with that team, right, of course he's going to get criticised, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's just... I'm just at a loss. If you look at Harry Kane, he's played well for Spurs this season.
Yeah.
But looking at him at the moment, like you see with the handbrakes on,
yeah,
he just doesn't seem... He seems to be drifting out left. He seems to drift out right. And it just seems like Southgate's just not letting him play his game that he plays for Spurs, because he's certainly not the same player when he plays for England. And I think a lot of these players, the handbrake's on because they're frightened to go forward in case they leave gaps at the back and somebody exploits it. But you've got to play with a bit of freedom, I'm afraid. And if you want to win games, you've got to attack.
Yeah, you have to. If you attack, give it a go. That's all you're asking for. Just give it a right go. I mean, even other nations having a go. Spain plays one way. Beautiful to watch Spain. Holland, 15 games unbeaten, yeah? Doing it under Louis van Gaal. Do you know what I mean? They're having a real go. Here we are. We're just fighting scared of getting beat. That's what it is. He's thinking about money before glory, this guy. Do you know what I mean? People's going to say, oh, he got us to the final. He's got us to the semi-final of the World Cup, yeah? But let's be real, Tony and peeps in the chat, right? He bottled it. I don't care what people say, he bottled it. And the reason he bottled it because he didn't change it up. And that's why he is not my manager. Not my manager. I don't want Trips to play, to be honest. I can't afford any more injuries at the tune. I see where you mean, mate. Big up to Nicky Gas, by the way. Hope you came, mate. Welcome to the cup, by the way. Always here. Great shout, Gareth. Chris Hooten's a class call. Not sure about Chris Hooten, by the way. Tony should be starting. Good point, mate. Everyone's saying, believe you. Nice to see Paul. Nice to see Paul again for, I guess, played well last game. I think he should be starting in the World Cup, by the way. Same with Forden. Kane's too slow. What's the bleeding story? Southgate out. I tell you what, though, he is absolutely furious, man. Go on.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it is, John. I'll just share something on screen, okay?
Yeah, man, knock that one off, sort of thing as well.
And this is just to give you an idea of what I was mentioning before about more defenders in the team than anything else, okay? And this is going back to the Euros. This is the Euro squad. So, should be there any minute. So, right. So, you can see the Euro squad there, John.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you got Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, and Sam Johnson. You got your 3 keepers, okay?
Yeah.
But your defence here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 10 defenders there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 forwards, and then obviously you've got your 5 midfielders there. I know you're saying Declan Rice could probably play centre back, but you don't really want him playing centre back. Mm-hmm. So you look at that team. So you can see what I'm saying by the defenders. There's more defenders than there is anything attacking wise. And then also you can, I mean, you can take Trent out of that because he obviously got injured, so he didn't play any of the Euros at all.
No.
But still, you look at that and you think, well, why all them defenders? Do we really need all them defenders?
Not at all.
That's the thing.
If you play 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, then you don't need as many defenders. Do you know what I mean? But you know what it is, right? That just typifies everything about the guy. He's a defensive manager, and this is why he failed at Middlesbrough. Yeah, 29.2% win rate at the bar. Yeah, and he rocks at this job. He gets this job. It is absolutely wrong. This guy is a fraud. Yeah, he could have been a champion, and he bottled it every single time. Yeah, the midfield, right? That is not enough for midfield there. 5 midfield. Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. But he's playing what, 8 forwards? How many has he used? Not very many. Not very many. I mean, Sancho hardly played, didn't he? Phil Foden hardly played. Jack Grealish hardly played. Yeah. But if you look, he just picks his favourites, you know what I mean? Like, he picks the top 16, you know, that's what he does. Just a top 16. But, I mean, looking at that, they got cracking players there. They could be world class, all of them, you know. And they could be winning trophies, major honours, yeah? But here's the deal, Tony, right? Here's the deal. I think these players are scared of him. They're scared of Southgate, you know what I mean? They must be thinking, you know what? We're going to go through the motions here. You know, I don't really want to play for Southgate. He's too defensive. We're attacking players. We want to give it a go.
Yeah, he is. And I mean, you look at this forward line here and you look at that and you think, well, where was Tammy Abraham in that squad? You know, you've got Jadon Sancho in there who didn't have a great season last season for Man United, you know. And you just think, you know, there's and if you look at that team as well, okay, you've got Kane, you've got Rashford who are and Sterling who are basically strikers, and Calvert-Lewin. But instead of Calvert-Lewin, I'd rather have had Tammy Abraham there, if you know what I mean, because at least he's more probably of a threat than what Calvert-Lewin is.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if I even seen Calvert-Lewin even come on for England in the Euros, you know, I can't remember, but yeah, but as I say, the main thing is it's the defenders. You've got all them defenders. Like, you don't really need all them defenders, you know. Trippier can play right or left back, so you know he's got the two. You know, so you've got 2 defenders in one there, if you know what I mean. 2 positions in one defender.
Yeah. So
that would take away, say, a Tyrone Mings even, or a Conor Cody, you know what I mean? It's just, I just don't know why he does it, but that's why I wanted to just put that up, just to show you that that's what he's like. He likes to pick a lot of defenders.
It's ridiculous, Tony. It really is. Do you know what I mean? I want to be entertained. You're not going to get entertained by this manager, I'm telling you.
No.
Let's be real. Last game before the World Cup, and it's the same players on the pitch. Southgate has no balls, and you cannot get the best out of these players. Paul, you're right, mate. And Ian, missed your comment, mate. Foden Man City world class for England. He's almost non-existent. That just sums it up. You're right. Guys, who's your first choice England manager? Southgate should go. But who do you think both believe is our best choice for me? Get Sean Dyche in. Sean Dyche, I take him over this guy. I'm telling you. You know, but seriously, though, who's out there? Graham Potter cannot do it. He's at Chelsea. Eddie Howe got absolutely no chance. There's no one out there. I mean, a lot of people are saying Tony Pochettino. But is he going to take it, or is he going to wait for a club job first?
Well, that's the thing. You know, does he want a international job, or does he want to wait for a club football? I don't know. That's a question. Or you've got Bielsa as well, secretly. You know, there's another one there thrown in the mix as well. It's who would want the job. That's the thing.
But and he wants to be a yes man as well, Tony. That's another thing. They don't be a yes man. I would have come in there. I would have been my own man. This is why they were not come in and get Bielsa. Sorry, Tony, go on.
No, he won't, because he won't be dictated to. That's the thing. So what they need to do is they need to just, whoever comes in, if we got a new manager coming in, what we need to do is make sure that the manager is attacking, he plays attacking football. That's what we need. That's what we want to see. We want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to sit for 90 minutes watching the ball going side, back, side, back, side, back. You don't want to be watching that all game. That's just awful. You know?
It is, Tony. It is, man.
You know, even the Wimbledon of old played better football than what England are playing, and that's saying something. And that's with the likes of Vinnie Jones and all that. But you know, they played better football in England.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Bob Ross played attacking football, yeah, and Glenn Hoddle tried to play attacking football as well. But you know what it is? Not under this guy at all whatsoever. How Southgate said he's refusing to guarantee a start for Tony, but at the same time guarantee a spot for Shaw and Maguire. Very hypocritical. You're absolutely right, mate. I mean, I don't get him at all whatsoever. Doesn't Phil play down for City? He's playing left wing for England. Again, you need to ask the question, where's your best position, right? It's like Gabriel Jesus, right? The Brazilian coach asked him that question. Where's your best position? Where do you feel comfortable, right? Give him an answer, and I'll pay you there. Not under this manager. He tells you where to play. Saka, left wing back, yeah? He can play there, but that's not his position, yeah? Foden on the right-hand side. Never seen him play on the right-hand side. Never in a million years, yeah? He started to play players out of position, and after the players are getting peed off about it, mate. Do you know what I mean? But there you go. My first choice would be Hal, if he wasn't a Newcastle, if I was a Newcastle fan. Yeah, I see what you mean. And I met her at Newcastle. I met her a couple of times. She's so polite. She's so amazing. But Dawn, thank you very much for becoming a member, Pet. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. And do the competition very soon, and you will be there as well. Dawn, hope you're okay. We met Dawn. You met Dawn, haven't you, Tony? You met Dawn?
Yes, yeah.
Very lovely. I called it season once and I got wrong for it, but hey ho, but it is definitely Dawn, the lovely Dawn, and we love her to bits. Thank you very much, Dawn. Appreciate that. Thank you. Dan Burns should be an England team. Much better than Harry Maguire. Yeah, I said that myself, and I got absolutely ripped to Gooden as well. I mean, doesn't Fox playing on the left for City, really playing down the right for England? Yeah, looks like it, done it. You know what I mean? Obviously, Southgate likes him there, but he did play the other night as well. Hi to you, Courtney. Hope you came, my guy. Having a good day. Yeah, Maguire starting 11. Typical. Saka, left wing back is just nonsense. If you don't have a left wing back, don't play 5 at the back. It's bloody obvious. Play a flat back 4. That's all you got to do. Flat back 4. Happy.
I've got another one. Yeah, I'll share, John. This is going back to 2016, a Roy Hodgson team, England team, right? But I just want to show you the formation that he's got.
Yeah.
And although he wasn't the greatest manager, we did sort of attack. Do you know what I mean? We didn't sit back too much. And so I'll share this, and this just gives you an idea of the difference between what Hodgson is and what Southgate is at the moment.
Yeah, man.
So there we go. So that was the Euros 2016 squad. So I think this was for the game against Iceland. Mm-hmm. You had Hart and goal, but then you had a back 4 of Walker, Cahill, Small and Rose. Then you had a middle 3 of Ali, Dyer and Rooney. And then you had up front Sterling, Kane and Lallana. Right? Now you look at that team there, that formation looks better than what he plays now.
I agree. I mean, Dyer midfield, not his position. Rooney, central midfield, he could play that. Lallana, is he international class? That's another question you need to ask yourself. Sterling, young'un, and Kane up front.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Smalling, he deserves more chances, that guy. He is a fantastic defender. He really is. I know he's going to laugh at us, yeah? But I thought Man United got rid of him at the wrong time. I think Roma were the biggest winners, do you know what I mean, when they decided to buy him. Do you know what I mean? They got him quite cheap as well, by the way. So you're right. I mean, Roy Hodgson, right? I'm not sure about his style of play, but against Iceland, he was tactical clueless, man. He had to go after that game. Clueless.
Yeah, he had to. But I just wanted to bring up the formation because it's obviously like what Eddie Howe plays for us, 4-3-3. You know, but you know there was no 5 at the back there. Do you know what I mean?
No.
There's no, you know, they didn't put Dyer there and then play 2 there and the 3 up front. It's just because it doesn't work like that. That's too defensive. So you had Walker and you had Rose pushing on. You see, so so you had Walker pushing on and Rose pushing on up there to support Sterling and Lallana, and you had Kane in the middle. But you know, I just wanted to bring up a variety of different formations from 2 different managers who are, you know, both unique in their own way.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, man, my guy. Thanks, Toy. Really, we've got to do a tactics show soon. We've got to do a tactics show at some stage. I think you'd be brilliant on that. Kane's just said there's positives to last year. I swear what I said to about scoring loads in training, they're all in denial. I don't care what they're doing in training, I always see them on the pitch. Without orders like Eddie to cover the World Cup, and I think Ian's answered that question, I don't think it works like that. He has a contract. I can't sell a Huffington. I don't think they're allowing him to manage England for a couple of games. Surely not.
Who's that, John? Sorry.
It's basically what Mighty Mag said. Without orders allow Eddie to cover for the World Cup.
I can't see him doing it. I can't see it happening. Why would he want to do it? And you don't do 2 jobs. You know, I think them days are gone where you had a part-time manager. You know, managers have got enough to do with the full-time up with the club, so you don't really want to be messing about and going into international, because although there is a month's break, but he'll probably want to be at Newcastle training for that month with the players who aren't at the World Cup.
Yeah.
So why would you want to lose a month of preparation to manage an international team? Do you see what I'm saying, John?
Thing is, though, if he went there and he managed it, he's going to think, hang on a minute, I love doing this. I want to leave Newcastle and stay with England. He can't do that. You're right, Tony. He won't do it. He won't do it.
It's not that, John. It's the fact is, so he's not going to have that preparation time, because all the other managers will have their preparation time at their clubs for that month of the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you're going to do in effect there, you're saying to Eddie Howe, right, you're going to manage England for the month, for however long they're in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So then who's going to train the players at Newcastle if his backroom staff's with him with England as well? And that's what I'm saying. So Newcastle would then not benefit from that. We would be the biggest losers out of that, because we wouldn't have a coaching team there to train our players. Under the guidance of Eddie Howe for that month.
I see what you mean, man. I do.
If it had been a normal World Cup, say it was in June,
then
you could maybe say, well, you could do that for the month, because pre-season training doesn't start till July. So I suppose it would work in that way. But I just don't want to go in there at all, full stop. So I think we'll sort of put that one to bed, you know. But,
absolutely.
But as I was saying, we don't want him to go to be a month behind. And that would be the typical thing the FA would probably do.
Exactly. They would. And they probably wouldn't care about Newcastle neither. So, Eddie, don't bother. Stay with us. Train the players. Just when England fans think it can get much worse, Southgate says, hold me waistcoat. Aston TV. And Alec Cox said, Todd can get value international experience if he was to allow the player. Bill Fight can say, Southgate can motivate the squad with a bag full of cocaine, but that's the personality of a bullet pad. Yes, man, exactly. Don't really care about England team unless Newcastle players involved, but Sean Dash, you're joking. How seems to be favourite. Going nowhere. And welcome to Dawn, to the Sinclair and Tony family. If Dawn wants to come on my channel one day, she's welcome to. I think she'd be amazing. That'd be a cracking signing. He could do it, Dustin the waistcoat and bring it back out. He's all the luck he can get. Well, your score predictions, I'm going to say, look at that squad, man. I'm going to say 1 each. I'll stick it to 1 each. 2-0 to Germany from Ian. 3-0 to Germany. 3-1 to the Three Lions. That's a Sefton. My starting lineup. So now Chester has Foxy. There you go, mate. That's it. Check out what we do in the comments. Alan saying, big up to Alan Barnaway. What about Ben Rodgers, the England manager? Oh, not sure. Diff again, I need made all that for the win. And Rodgers is an Irishman, not a Scotsman, by the way. There's no way we beat Germany tonight. League can't even create against an Italian side that had 4 of their best players suited exactly. With 4 into Germany, and he likes Muller. Rodgers in front of Northern Ireland. It's Southgate for World Cup. Creative change is close, no chance. Kane has made a good start for England, but we do not have a plan B because of the way Southgate picks his team. The talent versus the strategy speaks for itself. I'll comment on one in a minute, Tony, right? Paul's got a great point there. Petition's battering. Kane must be deluded. Same as his manager, lads. Southgate plays his best players, not his best team. It's not just Southgate either. Most previous England managers have done the same. Fox is chatting to Ian. Maguire doesn't communicate with the keeper either. He's won 50-50 last game after a Pope save, and instead of clearing and giving it to the Pope, he boots out for a corner in frustration. Deary me. My God, I'm going to watch this about Italy. That Italy-England game was awful. Is this going to be any different? We've got to tonight, man. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that one as well. 2-1 to Germany. In the first half, there was no way I'll make cautious effort to watch second half. I have it on the background instead. Can't believe they're making England favourites in the bookies. I reckon we should see Southgate through this World Cup. If it's all right up, then go straight in for Mancini straight after this World Cup. Look, go back to Paul's comments, mate. Right? I could find Paul's comments. I mean, he's been a great servant, right? But we haven't got a plan B up front, Tony.
We haven't, no, because we don't try players. And if we do bring someone like Abraham on, he comes on for about the last 10, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. So hasn't got really a chance to make an impact. What you need is, you need to say, right, okay, maybe take Kane off after 45 minutes or play Abraham and Kane together. And then maybe say, okay, I'll give Abraham 45 minutes and then I'll bring Ivan Toney on for 45 minutes. Give them each a half, if he doesn't want to drop Kane out the team. So you've got chances of doing it that way, but the problem is, this is why we haven't got a big pool. Well, we've got strikers, but because they don't get the game time, so when they do come on to play, they haven't really got the confidence in front of goal. So because he's not giving them that chance for them to get prepared how to play international football. And that's why some strikers look as if they look like they're out of their depth, but they're not. It's because they just don't get that chance.
And that's the go on, Kyle.
Yeah, and I've got nothing to share on screen as well, John. Okay, and
yeah.
This is the familiar pattern of Gareth Southgate. Okay, so we'll pop this one up. Okay, so this is the 2018 World Cup squad that he picked for Russia. Okay. So that's a 2018 squad. Again,
yeah.
Look at all the defenders, John. Look at your midfielders. Look how many forwards we've got. We've got 5 forwards in that team. Kane, Vardy, Rashford, and Welbeck. Sorry, 4 forwards. Kane, Vardy, Rashford, Welbeck. But you've got all your defenders. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 defenders in that team. Again, do we really need 9 defenders?
Not at all.
Did we really need 9 defenders? Not at all. You could have sacrificed maybe 1 or 2 of them and put an extra couple of forwards in there. Like I say, you just look at that. And again, it's the familiarization. It's the defenders. That's what catches your eye more, and then you look at your forwards. You've only got 1 extra forward more than what a goal, so you've got your 3 keepers and 4 forwards, I look at that and I think, that squad was good enough to be at the final of the World Cup, but he wasn't bold enough. He wanted to play too defensive. We did it against, when we took the lead against Colombia, although Colombia that day, and I think a lot of people in the chat remember that, they were an absolute awful team that day. They were terrible. I mean, the amount of fouls they were doing. It was like they were trying to wind the young England players up to try and see if they would snap and maybe get their cells sent off. I mean, I think in that game there should have been a few of those Colombians sent off because some of what they were doing was absolutely disgusting. And more so when they scuffed the penalty spot when Harry Kane got the penalty. But again, in that game, we sat back again after scoring. And then what happened in the 90th minute? Yerry Mina gets up. Everybody knows he had such a good World Cup in the group stages. He was scoring headers for fun from corners. But again, we didn't pick him up in the defence. And what happened? Yerry Mina scores the equaliser and it took it to penalties and we won the penalty shootout. But, you know, that's what I'm trying to say. We play too defensive in every game we play. We've done the same with Croatia. Once we went 1-0 up, we sat back, you know. Fair enough, we beat Sweden in the quarterfinals 2-0. And that was, you know, but that was a different game. But when you look at that Croatia game, that should have been the game we should have won. After 5 minutes of going ahead, that should have been the key. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And we missed a few chances in that first half, but the second half, different team. We just sat back too defensive. Exactly. And what happened? We let Croatia come on to us and they scored the equaliser, took it to extra time, they scored the equaliser, they scored the winner in extra time, knocked us out. And I think he played defensive in the extra time because he didn't want us to go too far ahead, because what he wanted was he wanted us to stay defensive, take it to penalties and beat Croatia on penalties. That's what he was hoping for.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work like that.
Nah. Too predictable. And Croatia knew that straight away. Croatia's got world-class players, Modric, Perisic as well. Let's be real. And they paid a price for it. They paid a price. But it's gone now. And we're still going to speak about it. There you go.
But it was just the thing of like how many defenders you have in each squads, and you know, it's just so just go back through and look at different teams, John, like different squads for different games. Like, you know, you can look at games like when we played Nations League games and things like that when he's picked squads. You just go through and have a look through, John, and you'll find them and you'll see the amount. It's all mostly defenders in them teams.
Great find, Tony. Great find. And I tell you what, we are going to be defensive again. We are going to be defensive yet again. What is to have a go? Give it a go. Like, just be brave. Be brave. Be entertaining. Give it a go. It's as simple as that. And then we say, cool. But play defensive, you get beat, you're going to get in the rat, Gareth. Simple as that. Who do you think will win the World Cup? For me and wife, I'm saying Brazil. Make that 3AG. I think Brazil will win the World Cup as well. We have world-class attackers, literally some of the best in the world, but we play blue sport. It makes no sense. Ian sums it up beautifully. I leave you to it. No interest off to Caldera. Nice one. Southgate stuck in the 90s. Yes, indeed. You lads talk a lot about house formation being founded. This is the same shite. Germany aren't scared of us. I have to agree, Paul. They're not. They should not be scared of us because we're just too predictable on the Southgate. I'm the only one thinking we win and need. It's a totally different game and it's a must-win against the Germans. Let's hope that's the case, Sefton. I doubt them yet.
But didn't I say yesterday, John?
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me because Southgate's under so much pressure.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if we went out there tonight and got a scrappy 2-1 win.
Yeah, man.
Just to keep him in his job a bit longer and to keep the pressure off him, because that's the feeling I've got. I mean, you see it time and time again. How many times do you see a manager, whether it's international or Premier League, they'll get that dreaded vote of confidence, and then all of a sudden, boom, they win a game, and everybody thinks, wow, it's all rosy again. But then the week after, they lose again, and then they're out the door, you know. And I just think this is what's going to happen with him. He's going to win tonight.
Yeah.
And they're going to say he's fine for the World Cup, take us to the World Cup. Obviously, we're not going to have a great World Cup. And then he will come home. Does he leave or does he get sacked then? That's the thing, John. Yeah. And also, didn't he sign that extension to the next Euros as well?
I think he did, till 2026, something like that. 24. Yeah. I tell you what, God forbid. I hope he's gone. I hope he's gone. No matter what happens, I hope he's gone. Simple as that. We need to start afresh. Why can we look at Women's Super League or a Broader Women International female managers. I want the best person for the job. Why can't I be female manager, coach for the men's team? You know what? Weigman, Emma Hears, those people are available as well. That's a great call. So clearly, aren't seeing any creativity. There's no one making them. Key football, etc. And Ward Prowse and Madison are sat at home, and that's their bread and butter. We can see them. Why can't he? Exactly, Paul. Exactly. Colombia were missing their best players in James Rodriguez. If they had him, it would have been a totally different game, I think. I don't know why we've gone downhill so much since the Euros. I know we lost, but don't like their interest in this tournament. That is the thing. It's just pure arrogance, yeah? And I just hope that that Pope doesn't get the full heat of England lose by heavy score over that defence. I hope that's not the case. I think Southgate is coming to an end of the cycle. Last final was the opportunity to win it, and he bottled it. Ted, I said that for months. I got one from Bernadine Beardy. Big up to you, Bernadine. Hope you're okay. She's in Ireland. Hit the subscribe button, mate. Hit the subscribe button. That'd be brilliant. Welcome aboard. At the Irish as well. And she's a big Irish fan as well. And good luck to them as well. Nice curtains, by the way. Tony, I like it as well. Beautiful. Diane McGrath, sure, right. Why does Southgate persist as shipless, greenless, gammon, assassin stew? He's already a subscriber, by the way. Big up. She keeps saying Ireland, doesn't she? We know, Bernadine. We know you're Irish. Bernadine, we know you're Irish. And respect to you. A 2-0 win, £1 on the own goal. It does look like you're in jail. That's Ian. Personally, I think he's losing the players. Told you what, we be drinking. No way with Southgate win and eat.
Look. What I want to say to that comment is, look, I'm not saying we're going to win tonight, Mighty Mag, right? What I'm saying is, if you heard the way I was talking just before there, it wasn't the fact. All I'm saying is it's typical that he's under so much pressure that the fans want him out, the media want him out, everybody wants him out, part of the FA. And the amount of pressure he's under, it would not surprise me if he comes out of this with a win tonight, because we've seen this happen in the past with other managers in the countries. We've seen it in this country. We've seen it in the Premier League, where managers are under so much pressure and they all of a sudden get that win and then boom, everything's rosy again. And that's all I'm saying about this. I'm not saying we're going to win tonight. I'm being real here, that we might not, but that will probably get beat. But what I'm saying is, when you're under pressure, things can go different for you. And then players might go out there tonight and put a show on. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen tonight. But, it's just a scenario I was putting out there. I wasn't saying that we are definitely going to win tonight. So I definitely haven't been drinking anything, that's for sure. Although I'll probably not see much of the game tonight because I've got my first game in darts tonight. So to start the season. So yes, that's not too bad. But yeah.
What time are you going your darts, mate?
I go about 8 o'clock.
We wrap this up quickly, because and then give families a chat, and then they get you go, sort of thing. I think, to be honest, England are done. Bernadine under this manager, they're done. Bernadine, could you do us a favour? Could you hit the subscribe button, please, love? And that would be fantastic. And who's your team anyway? Who do you support as well? A lot of players have worked hard for their individual clubs to get an England call up and be in bench or sideline. For players who haven't worked as hard and get picked, it's unfair. Exactly. I know what you mean. Just would be typical if you win standings and all's forgotten. We are bad. One win doesn't change. Exactly. Totally agree. Yeah. What happens with England selections? It's very similar to how my team, United, are at on the Ole friends and vibes. That's Ted. He's a big United fan, by the way, and working abroad. Come on, England. Rayhan, I hope you're right, mate. And please hit the subscribe button, mate. That's your first time, I believe. The power of friendship. It would be interesting to see how England do it a day. I personally don't think they will get the win. They are too defensive. Do you know what it is? Even Bernadine is right. And she's not even English. She's Irish. Big up to you. And Ian's asking a question. How was favourite for England job? Apparently, I think the FA allowed Gareth to really get the World Cup. Post-World Cup, how would take the job? And Adidia, please, mate. No.
Can't do, John. Can't. But
Can't. If he does, we'll look for him. England fans stackability. Blue lines on our shirts. That's and Steph's. I support Liverpool. Paul Trent. Oh, bless you. And John and Todd doing the watch alongs for the game. We're not, mate. We're not, because we do that. Paul and Alex doing the watch along as well. So there's no way. Oh, I'd love to. I'll probably do them for the Champions League. Good luck on your darts, Totally 180.
Never scored one. Never ever scored one. I would love to, but I've never ever. I've getting close to it, but never ever scored one.
Wow. Fair enough. And hit the subscribe button there. Thank you, Bernadine. Love you lots. I take Eddie Howe as England's manager. And Todd, TB? No. Oh, sorry, I forgot that's your manager. Yay! And this man, when you see Eric starts like he's doing good this season, but there's better players also playing better this season. Southgate spirit says per exactly, Paul. Tony, give us your prediction tonight, please, for the game.
Well, I'm going to give the Southgate prediction because he's under a lot of pressure that he'll get a scrappy 2-1 win. But my prediction is I think we're going to get beat off Germany. I'm going to say 3-1 Germany. As much as that, I hate to say that against our biggest rivals in world football. Yeah, it hurts me to say that, but in some ways, I hope we do get beat off Germany, and I hope that spells the end of Mr. Southgate and he goes,
Exactly.
And then we get somebody else. But
will
they sack him after? But will they sack him after this? I don't know. I'm not sure, John. I'm really not sure.
Can't see it.
But
I can't see it.
But if they seriously want to try and win the World Cup or do well in the World Cup, change the manager after tonight, please. Change the manager.
I have to agree with you. Get this guy out and get him out now, because he is done. Real talk. Eddie's our king. Of course he's our king. And even if Southgate wins 10-0, Southgate out. Good chat, guys. Off to watch the game. Enjoy it as well. And I'm going to say once each. I'll stick by once each. And Bernadine said, if Southgate goes, who will replace him? That's $1 million question. It will not be Eddie Howe. Definitely not. Pochettino, maybe? I don't know. But Bielsa, I wouldn't put it past it.
Do you know who I would prefer, John?
Go on.
Graham Potter.
He's
good attacking manager. Well, yeah, we know that, John, but I'm saying a good attacking manager is Graham Potter. I think it will cost the FA too much money to get him from Chelsea. And I don't think Chelsea will let him go anyway. But he would have been the ideal candidate had he still been at Brighton. That's the problem now. He's at Chelsea. So I just don't know how much do you think Chelsea would want, I just don't know how much he would want, to be honest, for him. But I think if the FA comes sniffing around Potter, I think maybe that American Todd Bowley might say, do you know what, give us 30 million, you can have him, and they'll say, oh, no, we'll walk away and not bother. So, yeah, I think he'd be out of England's price range.
Exactly. They won't pay it. They will not pay it. They're not going there near, do you know what I mean? But they come to Eddie Howe. I'm sure our owners will fight 2-0 for this guy. 2-0. And I think Eddie Howe will be absolutely mad to take that England job. Do the project, Eddie. Stick to our project, and we believe you. Until we get Diego Simeone as well. Get Simeone in to take his place. I accept that. Until then, Eddie stays with us, right? There we go. Gareth just asked if we see Tony and he said, so it depends how the game goes. He should 100% be getting minutes tonight regardless. Does be hidden. Wow. Great show. Come on, England. Thanks, Sefton. Thank you, John Tony. Awesome streams ever. Take care of you both. God bless, and you as well. And Bernadine, well, make sure you come back again, pet. Make sure you come back again. Bye, or enjoy the chat. Mwah. Bye to you as well. John Sinclair, England manager, shout out. Thank you very much indeed. I'll tell you what. I'll rip him a good one, by the way. Love that name, Bernadine. Beautiful name. And John's post-match interviews will be worth it. I totally agree. I love doing a match reaction. I need to be too late for us to eat. So, and just to quickly, so for a wrap up, Harry Maguire is being booed by the England fans, according to the Daily Mail. So I've done it.
Oh well, it sums it up, John. Yes, absolutely.
Sums it up.
It just, it just all depends on how we play tonight. But I've got no faith, to be fair, John.
Not at all.
The German team is Ter Stegen in goal, David Raum, Nico Schlotterbeck, who we were linked with in January, Kira Sule, another one who we were linked with, Jonas Hoffman, Joshua Kimmich, Leroy Sané, Ilkay Gundogan, Musiala, who turned England down to play for Germany, and Kai Havertz. On the bench, Thomas Muller, Ginter, Gnabry, Henriks, Werner, Arnold, Baumann, goalkeeper, Robin Gosens, another one we were linked with, Kevin Trapp, and Armel Bella Kotchap.
Wow, they've got a good team there, Germany. They really have, full of attacking area as well. Robin Gosens, I like him, but he's gone to Inter Milan, and that turned into a permanent transfer as well. He's doing RE as well. To feel like lots of injuries.
He's injury prone, though.
He's a cracking player, really does play, and that's a shame because he could do a lot more. Right, 3-1 to England. Sefton, I like Coffee Muller as well. Port once each. Can't see as making Germany kids crying, and I've done pretty well. Guys, going to wrap up there, but thanks so much indeed, Paul, as usual, and thanks for the chat as well. You've been absolutely amazing. 52 people watched it live today. Could be slightly more, but thank you so much indeed. Do smash the likes as well. It's so important if you can do that. That'd be fantastic. United by United. England get a batter indeed, unfortunately. Mate, please hit the subscribe button, mate. That'd be amazing. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that as well. And if you'd like to follow Tony on Twitter, it's down there. Am I right, Tony?
Yep, it's down there at TonyTooney31.
Cool, and he'll follow you back. And also, if you go on to this website as well, and Tony's been speaking about it quite a few. Let's see if I get it. It's Northwest Mag's website as well. So do check out that one as well. And welcome home, the lads. And it's got all about this homepage. It's about the forums, the teams, the gallery. This blogs as well, which is what we're looking at. Questions and answers, portfolio, and the contact as well. We're in it as well. Check it out for that as well. That guy is absolutely amazing. So do check it out for that as well. And just a few more comments. So at the end of the day, we won the war. I mean, we may win the battle. We're not going to win the war. And let's be real. We're not going to win the war. Here we go then. Let's see what England turn up they need. Hope it's not sideways and backwards. And it will be. Last but not least, Bernardine back again. Wonder if you're showing the game here. You know what it is? We would have loved to do it tonight, but because Paul and Alex are doing the show on a tune-free show and a neat sort of thing, then we're gonna let them do it. But check us out. We are going to do the World Cup watch along, Tony. We're definitely going to do that as well, and we're going to do that as well. Or we can do the warm-up. We can do the match reaction as well. Whatever we decide to do, and then that should be fun. We're definitely going to sort it out. So keep your eyes peeled for that, people. And I'll be back tomorrow for the Premier League prediction show. We'll try and get Maisie on as well. Fans Forum on Wednesday. Match preview on Friday night as well. So we do that to get that off on Thursday. If you like the video, like we see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Super chat is there. Excuse me. And if you'd like to become a member, click on the join button. Dawn, thank you so much indeed. Love you lots as well. Hope to see you against Brentford very, very soon. But until then, thank you very much for watching. And until then, it's goodbye for now and have a fantastic evening. Go on, England!
Bye.